Welcome to the Eye of the Storm at the Museum of Discovery and Science in Fort Lauderdale, sponsored by the Florida Division of Emergency Management. I'm meteorologist Eric Solna with the International Hurricane Research Center at Florida International University. In this video, Florida Power and Light is going to show us how they keep the power on. But if the power should go away, Tektronic Industries will show us how to safely use a generator.
I'm Juliette Murphy-Rolak, Florida Power and Light Company's Director of Corporate External Affairs for Broward and West Florida. We are thrilled to be a part of another Eye of the Storm event. FPL has a plan for storm season, and we're doing everything we can to make sure we're in the best possible position to restore service safely and as quickly as possible following a storm. The best thing customers can do is to take all storms seriously. Now, not later, is the time to prepare. Does anyone at home or the home of a loved one, including an elderly parent or grandparent, need life-sustaining medical equipment that requires electricity? If so, plan for backup power source or make arrangements for where they can go. We've invested heavily in making our energy grid stronger, smarter, and more storm resilient. This includes hardening nearly all of the main power lines serving critical community facilities and services, and trimming and maintaining vegetation where necessary to keep lines clear and help prevent outages is also something we're doing. Using advanced technology that helps detect problems and restore service faster if outages occur. Drones and autonomous robots will continue to allow us to quickly assess damage and help dispatch crews where they're needed first and get your lights back on. The bottom line, we take this very seriously and our responsibility and duty to serve our customers in good weather and bad.
So Tektronic Industries is long for TTI. And here in TTI, we are the leader when it comes to cordless innovation. So we focus on the manufacturing of products such as power tools, outdoor power equipment, floor care, and accessories.
The #1 story you hear when you live in Florida is you're going to get hit by a coconut in a hurricane. How do we prevent that before a storm?
Here you have all different types of products to be able to prep your home before that hurricane, whether it's cutting the coconuts, right? Trimming the trees, you know, and really getting all that debris that can cause any type of negative action to your home out of the way and into the garbage. So every chainsaw is going to have a lock switch and a disengage switch. Why? Because let's say you're up on that you're up on that ladder trying to cut a tree, and the chainsaw gets stuck. All of a sudden, you're going to have essentially a kill mechanism, right, to shut off that chainsaw immediately. Honestly, one of the most preferred tools throughout this season are the pole saws, and these pole saws are really unbelievable because you could extend them, you know, for the distance that you need, or you could collapse them, and it's really a good solution to cut down those limbs and cut down those branches that need to be cut, and using it as a safe distance. Essentially, what we're doing is we're replacing the need for gas-powered tools. Now you have the same amount of power, if not more, in these cordless solutions.
You know, I think the innovation thing is something that's really exciting here at the museum. Our mission is connecting people to inspiring science, and this is inspiring science. Like how you take all of that energy and pack it down into a battery that, you know, essentially packs the same wallop is pretty amazing.
I'm Eric Schwartz, and I am the manager of FPL Air with Florida Power and Light. Overall role at FPL is for myself and my team to be looking at new technology and innovation that's 5 to 10 years out in the future. Something that's in my blood and in my family. My great-grandfather and grandfather were engineers, and I just picked up the knack as well as loving math and science and engineering.
My first patent or invention was when I was about 8 years old, and it was while playing golf with my grandfather. he hit the ball in the water and we tried to scoop it out and we missed it. And so I asked him, how come no one put a camera on the end of it so they could look underwater? And he said, oh, it's a great idea, why don't you write it down? And so after he passed away, we were cleaning out his office and found the original drawings that I did back when I was 8 years old, and I was able to patent it. That's what I love about the job that I'm in, is I'm able to take those ideas and figure out how to make them work. My role at FPL is to look 5, 10, 15 years out into the future at technology. Our goal is to come up with that technology and make it work for our customers. The end game is to be able to increase our reliability. We want our customers to be happy, and we're committed to being the most reliable company in the US. That's how we're changing the current.
And by being able to look at new technologies like drones, rovers, and other types of smart devices and switches that we're installing up in the line, that's helping us continue to drive that bottom line of the end cost to our customers, as myself being a customer and you most likely being a customer. And the drones now give that 360 view, and we're able to see potential equipment issues before they cause outages for our customer. And that's the exciting thing about that, is just using a tool to now proactively identify stuff before it goes out.
One of the most sold accessories during the season is this little guy that you see right here. So this is essentially metal gold because this is what everybody comes and looks for in South Florida.
Is that what tightens the nuts on the...
Absolutely. So this is going to be your wing nut or your butterfly nut accessory. So now you don't have to do it, one by one, hand by hand, right? Now you could just slip this into either your impact or your drill and drill away, and you'll save, you'll save yourself.
Do it. That is amazing. We're hoping that power stays on, but we know that sometimes power goes out and don't want to be having candles in the house. So you've got some amazing equipment here. Tell us about what we've got going on here.
We created different categories of solutions depending on the needs of that user. And then in a condo, there's no way you could have a gas-powered generator, right? So this is going to be typically the solution that you're going to have. This is actually from our One Plus system, 18 volt from Ryobi. And this is going to be a 150-watt inverter. So this is going to be great for your cell phones, laptops, overall the smaller electronics. Now, if you want to step up and have a little more wattage, now here you could charge multiple laptops, you could charge small fans, even smaller TVs. So this is going to be a great solution, right?
It doesn't take up any space.
And it doesn't take up any space.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So you've got a built-in lantern as well as your charging station.
100%. So as you can see, in something just so small, you have a full solution. Yeah. Light, power, and you're ready to go.
And then something a little bit bigger.
There you go. This is going to be your gas-powered inverter. So why we call it inverter is because it doesn't necessarily have the high wattage of a generator, but it gets the job done depending on what your needs are. With this, you could have not only your routers and your laptops and your cell phones and fans and TVs, you could really power that out with clean energy.
Coming into hurricane season, this looks like it could handle just about anything.
Absolutely. So this is essentially going to be great for your large appliances within your home, okay? Whether it's your refrigerator, whether it's, large, big, heavy power tools, okay? So this is going to be able to run multiple things in the home in order to get the job done, okay? So something very, very, very important about not only generators, but inverters too, is you have to be as safe as possible.
Of course.
And when powering a generator, you need to be at least 20 feet from any door or any window in order to keep those toxic gases out, right? So carbon monoxide is one of the most dangerous things that we face throughout these times, because it's just one of those gases that is very deadly. It's invisible to the eye.
Can't smell it.
And you can't smell it, right?
Right here, we're actually creating plasma. Now, I know it is very hard for you to see, so we're actually going to turn off our lights. Perfect. Okay. And you can really see the plasma going. Now, if I touch the plasma sphere, all of that plasma is actually grounded to me. It's attracted to me. I am grounding it right now. But if I let it go, it's trying to reach out in many directions. You have a fluorescent light bulb, I have one as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to move it closer to the plasmasphere. And at some point, the bulbs should flicker. We're not connected to any power, but it should flicker, and I'll explain why. So here we go. We're gonna try to get as close as we can. There we go. Oh, so wow. Perfect. So they're both lit up right now. Now the reason for that is the electricity, we have our force field here, is actually exciting the mercury inside of these light bulbs, which is giving off light. We're actually essentially creating plasma right here in the light bulb. Now it's not hurting us, it's not burning us or anything, which is absolutely amazing. Now as you're holding yours, it's fully lit up, right? But now what if you grab it, let's say in the middle, grab that light bulb right in the middle with the other hand. Now wow. If you notice, the light bulb is lit up over here, but not over here. And why is that? Well, you're actually grabbing the electricity or the electrons, they're passing through you and you're grounding. You're grounding it, which is why only this lights up. But if you let that go, that electrical current passes all the way through here. It ionizes those mercury atoms in there, which give it that glow. Now, a lot of people think, because I'm saying mercury, that it glows white. But we actually have trapped mercury gas in one of our gas tubes here that we would love to show you that it's actually not white, but if you look at it, it's almost this bluish purple. So this is going to react the same way as we get closer to this field. It's going to light up that gas, and you can see it glowing in here right now. But inside the fluorescent light bulbs, which are coated, give off that white color, which people used to like to use in their house. Now people try to be more eco-friendly with their light bulb choices.
One way we lend this support to our youth and our communities is by investing in STEM education. FPL is committed to educating and enriching students' experiences as it relates to science and math programs, because the company believes these activities prepare today's students for exciting and well-paying jobs in the future to support the company's goal of continuous innovation.
So tell us, what was your educational background in college?
So you got a really nice shirt, Eric. So I actually went to FIU. It was an unbelievable experience. I studied international business because international business is what I wanted to do. And fortunately enough, I was able to do that and continue to do that today. It was a great experience for me to be able to be a part of FIU.
So anything, other memories that come back to you about going to school at FIU?
Yeah, I think for me was, being born and raised in South Florida. South Florida is such a melting pot for Latin America. And the FIU International Business Program was something that I knew would be able to take me to new heights. I was a hybrid student, so I really worked full-time while going to school. And FIU was able to get me not only the level of education that I needed, but also provided the flexibility of hours for me to achieve what I've been able to achieve today.
So for students that may be listening, any words of encouragement about doing what you do?
You got to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's the biggest thing that I teach my team today, because sometimes you don't even know what you want, right? And you rely on mentors and coaches, which fortunately I've had throughout my career, that really pushed me to kind of see beyond what I was able to see overall.
And so talk to us about leadership.
When I graduated from FIU, I really was looking for some sort of program that would help me and help develop me to the next level. Fortunately, I was able to find a company like TTI that offered a leadership development program. And that was something that has been able to take me, to so many different steps to really understand the ecosystem of how a business goes around. I've been with the company now for about 10.5 years, almost 11 years, and this is my 11th role. That's the power of the leadership development program, where it takes young future leaders and always puts them in situations that they're not ready for, but the company trusts that you're going to figure it out. And although, and many times you're going to make mistakes, it's about bringing that passion and really kind of fighting through it and really achieve that end goal.
Thanks for joining us for another Eye of the Storm here at the Museum of Discovery and Science. Today, our great partners from Florida Power and Light and Tektronic Industries showed us what they do to help you prepare before, during, and after a storm. Eye of the Storm is made possible thanks to our support from Florida Division of Emergency Management and our partners on the project, Florida International University's International Hurricane Research Center. Don't forget, follow along all season long to make sure that you're ready for Eye of the Storm.